Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm just trying to set up Facebook, so give me a moment. Spider Guy, I see you. Shopman, good morning. Mr. Sewedo, good morning. Hope you're having a fine one. Hey, Spider Guy, what's up? Is it morning at your end? Izuwa Emmanuel, good morning. Yeah, sure, I understand. Sure, no worries. Well done, bro. I can imagine it's very early there. So, but thanks for stopping by all the same. Thanks, bro. Thanks. You're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you. Alrighty, let's get it. I'm currently based in Ile-Ife, Nigeria, Osun State. So yeah, so Gail, I want to do a redraw of this painting here. I want to do an updated piece of it. So it's been on my mind to do it as an update the piece, make some corrections and all that, and continue it as a series because I have more ideas for this. So that's what I want to do for the next, at least this week. That will be my focus. Yeah, it looks good. I'm just hoping it won't be a case of where people like the old version more than the new one, but it's been on my mind since. So, alrighty. So yeah, good morning everybody. Wherever you're watching from, Facebook, YouTube, all the tabs are open, so I'm looking at everything. Let me split these tabs. Yeah. So I'm looking at all the tabs now. So Danny Lumen, good morning. Let me do a little bit of reminding my brain that I can draw. Danny Lumen, how's your weekend now? I know it's cold everywhere. Is it cold at your end? You're learning 3D modeling. Which software are you using? Okay, just now that starts. Blender. Cool, cool, cool. Isaac Divine, good morning. Oh, oops. Yeah, I'm well. I'm well. Izua, I'm sorry, I'm not open for corrections now. So, but yeah, but thanks for asking. So yeah, Isaac, I'm good. I'm really good. How you doing? Multiply. Yeah, thank you, Izua. Oh, Mr. Emmanuel. Uchiha Ajake. Good morning. Do you happen to know? Do you happen to be related to the Uchihas from Naruto? Isaac, how did your weekend go? Did it feel like a real weekend or it went too fast? Let me get a soft brush. Uchiha of Ninja. He's here to, or they are here to explain themselves to us. So let's get the full story from them. Uchiha Jake, explain yourself. Yeah, every weekend, right? Yeah, it goes so fast. The billionaire printer is in the building. Good morning. How is Lagos? Is Lagos cold? So this is the ref. I just want to use this tool. kind of sort of warm up because this is not my real work for the week. So just tiring again. Yeah, even if it's cold, I'm sure the cold won't last. By afternoon like this, everywhere will be hot again. Yo, Links. Good morning, bro. It's been a while. How are you? I have a feeling I will just ignore my plan today and spend too much time on this one because it's been a while. I've settled down to do portraits. Uh, let's just maintain focus. Yeah, Leo. Good morning to you too. Yeah, so Photoshop. Which one do you want me to use? Clip. Thing is, I like learning everything in such a way that it just gives me more options. You get instead of learning something because it's more easy, but I like learning to a point where at least I can understand it again enough to use it as an option. Procreate, yes. Well, I'm not a big fan of Procreate, Sha, so um, for some specific things, you know. So because I have in mind to do a full-on painting, I've not yet mastered Procreate to the point where I can do like clean, refined paintings. That's why. So if I want to do Procreate, it's mostly for very light sketches, thumbnails. Maybe you want to do the roughs of comic pages and all that, or the thumbnail of a cover and all that. Yeah. So, or you want to test an idea in your mind and all that. So Procreate is good for those. For me, um, but for real work, man. Yeah, sure. PRF. I've been a PRF guy since I think 2019 actually. Good morning, Kataros Art. Yeah, so XP pen, XP pen assist 15.6. Mm. Different how? So the stylus is different. Different how? Because of 3D sculpting, I might want to get a pen display. Okay, pen display, pen display. So are you asking me for recommendations? All right, Spider Girl, thanks for staying around. Yeah, I will. Thank you so much, bro. I think the styluses are fairly similar. I don't think there's a crazy difference between, especially amongst them, Huion, XP Pen, um, yeah, among those kind of those brands, I believe the styluses are fairly similar. Do the vibe. Good morning, bro. Good morning, bro. Grand risings. Grand rising for grand horizons. One page man is in the building. Good morning, bro. Elba. Good morning, bro. I hope looking at fine drawings helps your singing. Who knows? Can have an effect on your voice. I'm just kidding. Please don't take me serious at all. Okay, so I'll take this a bit further. If one thing, many people don't, they find it hard to believe that my name is Twain. They've so attached their Morby to my face. So I remember I was in a place and someone was calling my name Twain, Twain, and they were like, ah, who is Twain? Who is Twain in this place? I do it in black and white. Should I do it in black and white? House of Sael. Good morning. Black and white. Okay. I'll do it black and white, but I'll give it a tint. So that warm tint is what I'll give it. Interesting. So my teacher would say, blocking your values, first blocking things. Since it's been a while since I've done good portraits, I want to be I want to be um, just behave like a beginner, not let my overconfidence spoil the painting. So looks like it wants to rain again here. Let's save this. Interesting. I want to blur the lines a bit so that they don't get in my way as I'm refining everything. All I see is shapes. Started overthinking this. Morning, morning, and thank you for joining us. Good morning, Omoloro. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're having a splendid morning. Where are you viewing from? Are you in Nigeria or out of Nigeria? Are you in Africa or out of Africa? Are you in Europe, US? You are a Nigerian. Where in Nigeria are you staying? There's always that thing where you overthink it. Just have to. Because it's a face and it's a female's face at that, so you gotta be careful. Ocean State. Oh, interesting. Do I want to invent this? Welcome, Gregory. Do people call you Greg? Do I want to invent this? I think this is just asking for trouble. And just keep it like that. Oh, it's just going to be a quick painting. But nope. You know what? Let me refine the facial features. And maybe, just maybe, we can call it a day. Or a morning, or the beginning of a day. So, do I want this brush? Yeah, sure. No problem. Rashid, good morning. How do you sketch your characters without tracing them? Do you mean tracing from? Oh yeah, I should be reading the questions out. So the question is, how do you sketch your characters before tracing them? Do you mean tracing from photos, or what do you mean by tracing? tracing from a reference image. So the basic idea, I'm not sure how much of how many digital art materials you've gone through on the streets of YouTube, but the basic idea is that everything is made out of everything is made out of forms, right? So the basic idea is that there are, I think, three forms that artists use, especially entertainment artists, use to make sense of the world. So there's the sphere, right? The sphere, the cylinder, and the cube, right? So I think the basic forms are these three. This one is just a combination of all kind of the cube and of course the triangle. So the idea is that um, color wheel. Do you use the color wheel? Okay, Lasheti, I'll get to that question. I'm coming. Oh, okay, color wheel. No, I don't have any plugin for that. For the color wheel, I just use the color wheel that comes with Photoshop. So, Omoloran, the idea is that there are basic shapes that we use to make sense of the world. All right. Pyramid, sphere, cylinder, and cube, right? So what we do is we break everything down to shapes, right? And from there you can always you know imagine scenarios with those combination of shapes. So for example, when I'm looking at this face, all right, even though there's a reference, right? I'm not looking at the reference, I'm just thinking of what the reference represents on a flat level. I'm thinking of what it represents in terms of the forms that make up a reference. So that's how to interpret references. So if we're looking at this one I've drawn here, um, okay, if I'm looking at this one I've drawn here, I'm not just looking at, oh, the reference shows me something like, a fish, whatever, and then I do that, or the reference shows me, you know, I'm not just looking at it as flat shapes, that comes in later, but the fundamental thing we're thinking of is the big forms there, you know. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a sphere, right? How do you get the reference floating on your document like that? So it's a software called PureRef. PureRef. Just Google it. It's free. PureRef. Everybody uses it. Graphic designers, 3D artists, 2D artists. PureRef. All right. So I'm learning. I've not forgotten you. Yeah. So I'm looking at the forms that make up this head. So I'm looking at, oh, okay, there is a sphere here, right? Okay. And apart from there being a sphere, there is also something like a box, like a manipulated box, right? That makes up the jaw of this character. I'll draw it in more simpler forms. Just give me a second. Okay. Um, Funniest thing is this sphere still extends to the back. So it's like halfway of the sphere is where we get this jaw attaching to the sphere. So when we are looking at the head, when we are looking at the head, we are looking at a circle, all right, connected to, all right. So, but basically, it's more about how do I use the basic forms to interpret my reference image. You understand? So it doesn't matter what my reference image is saying. If I have an understanding of the forms, right? This is a very simple example, because all you can see is an ovoid, right, with a cylinder, right, and other curves. Okay, so here's another one again. A sphere, all right, that has a cylinder intersecting it with another half a sphere. I hope this is making sense, Omolor. I'm not sure if you're still on the stream or I believe he needs to learn about proportion. Well, let me look at the question again. Do you think proportion is your issue, Omolor, or this thing I mentioned, does it make more sense? Let me see. How do you sketch characters without tracing them? Any tips and tricks? Well, proportion will be a secondary issue. You understand? I believe this will be the fundamental issue for anyone. Is do I know the basic forms enough to be able to put them in space and use them to interpret, the pictures I'm trying to represent again through my drawing. You understand? So Lasheti, you are a 3D artist, you understand this, of course, that when you guys, start work, immediately you open Blender, the first thing Blender shows you is a cube. All right. Or you have the opportunity to add, other basic forms. You understand? So that's basically what drawing is. Drawing does. That's basically what you're doing when you're drawing. I recommend Proco's classes on Proco Art on YouTube. He has in-depth classes on drawing faces from different angles. So yeah, Lashiti, 100%. So Omalor, that's your tip. You can always go and check Proco. He has a very good videos. But I don't know. I hope this is clear. Do you have more questions regarding this? That something I just skipped. Where is my reference? Yep. Glad to help. Glad to be of service. Alrighty. Like my teacher would tell me, I want to get some sharp edges. So it's later on that I start thinking of, specific shapes. You know, um, I reference the nostril looks like a tiny. It's later on you start thinking of shapes. You start trying to abstract it. But at the beginning phase, right? You want to think of, forms. Okay, it's already past 9, so I will be wrapping up. Fortunately and unfortunately, I'm already invested in this one. I really want to finish it, so I will continue it tomorrow before doing the real painting. Or maybe not. So guys, I've started putting this up on YouTube. So if you want to, get a better view of my screen and all that, I will leave the live video on YouTube. My YouTube is just playing Ajit Morby. And hopefully keep getting better at the production of these videos so that they are more enjoyable to consume. It's funny how I'm seeing a lot of things better, a lot of nuances that when I used to do portraits before, I used to ignore some nuances, some slight changes in shape. That makes it a bit more believable. So it's not perfect, but there's definitely some things I can see now that I know before I was blind to. Yeah, that's what I usually tell people that drawing better is majorly about seeing better. The more you get better at drawing, um, the more you can see things clearly in the real life and in your painting. So, but yeah, it's not perfect. It's just like that's the point of the whole thing. Every improvement is an improvement is every improvement in drawing is an improvement in seeing. And most times you're seeing the improvements in your sight is faster than the improvements in what your hand can do. Okay, question. Do you think using a display tablet helps better with painting or it doesn't make any difference? Mm, I want to be careful with answering that question. It depends. Truth is, it doesn't. It doesn't make a huge difference. Um, you know, it's especially for your learning. It doesn't make a huge difference for your learning. For your efficiency, it now depends on the kind of person you are. If you're the kind that prefers to look at what you're painting and all that. I know some people that they can buy a display tablet whenever they want, but they decided to just stick with something a small bamboo. I don't know if they sell bamboo again, but a very small Wacom tablet. Those ones that are like ridiculously small, you get, and they make creative and really great drawings. Is a draftsman I'm thinking of in mind now. You understand? So it depends. But for learning, I usually, especially because if you are learning on a budget, and you don't have you can't go and get a display tablet. So I usually try to assure, students that, it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. You get, it's really, really not necessary. It's later on when you are getting, consistent work, you're already really good and all that, and you feel like the pen display will make you more efficient. That's fine, but it doesn't make you better at really painting. It's just efficiency, and those ones are more of like um, business decisions, which is like, oh, I want to be able to make paintings at a faster speed so that I can earn more and all that. So those are efficiency um, things regarding efficiency, but not really your learning. You understand? So, but if you have the budget, I mean, if you have the money to go and blow on a display tablet, then I mean, suit yourself, please. But it really doesn't. I mean, first time I got this one, first time I got this one, I thought, I mean, in my mind, I was like, wow. I mean, I've gotten it finally. I'm going to paint dragons and knights and crazy landscapes with massive glowing structures, demigods, massive fantasy, seascape, everything. And then after like one day, I just said that, well, my drawing is literally the same. In fact, my drawing was a bit bad because I wasn't used to drawing on this kind of tablets. So it was even worse than what I used, what I did with the screenless ones. You understand? So it's not a serious necessity like that. Even with the iPad, with the whole hype of the iPad, that there was a time when it was looking as if almost everybody had an iPad, you know, and I was like, and everybody was doing Procreate time lapses, and you get so. And when I got mine finally, after like waiting and saving up and all that, I just realized, oh, it's the same drawing skill you had that you bring to this. But like I said, it doesn't mean it's not useful. It just means it doesn't have a strong impact on your learning. It's more about efficiency. Oops, I'm playing someone's song. Instagram will punish me for that. I'm supposed to play non-copyright stuff. Yeah, I hope that clears up your question. You ask a lot of questions. That's nice. I thank you because you're making the stream more interesting. So please don't be shy. Ask more questions. Yes. Other than painting, this whole thing can get boring quickly. Just looking at someone paint and because now I'm trying to make tiny decisions and all that. So the real value is in the questions I can get answered. Yeah. So even now that I have this, sometimes I get tired of this one and just go and use the screenless one. You understand? So it's not a it's not a it really isn't a big deal. I'm not sure. I was looking too angry. Fine. Let me do this for another 15 minutes. Someone help remind me when it's 9:30 that I should just get off this because I might just go on and on. I might just go on and on and on. I just keep refining it. Another revelation, breakthrough idea that I know my teacher, that she opened my eyes to is that the ball is actually, I said the ball, the eye is actually a ball too. So, so when you are painting the eye, it's actually a ball, and the eyelids actually cast a shadow on that ball. You know. So most times people forget to add that shadow over here that casts over that ball. I mean, tiny things like that. They are the things that make the difference in paintings. Yeah, pro tip. There's something in my mind. Oh yeah, casting that shadow. I mean, I literally said it's funny. I literally said the thing and I forgot to do it. So let's cast that shadow with the soft brush. What kind of characters do you feel most comfortable developing? Um, that I think that's too specific a question because a character designer's job is actually to create characters from anything. You understand? So I don't know how good you are to anybody if as a character designer you although if you want to clarify that, please do. But clarify the question. But I don't know how good you are to anybody if you have specific preferences of character design. So maybe you want to clarify for me. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Do you mean fantasy, sci-fi, human characters, creature characters? What do you mean? Yes, those things. Do you prefer painting one over the other? Yes, I would. I'm definitely, I'm definitely more drawn to how do you say sci-fi? Um, I'm definitely more drawn to fantasy than sci-fi. Sci-fi. But then again, I mean, if I was on a project and there was a need for it, I would. So, for example, I know in Unique there was a need to do something sci-fi related. You understand? So, of course, I had to step up to it. So, um, I don't know, it's just my own philosophy that I try not to have strong preferences in terms of work. Like, oh, these are the kind of things I like doing and nothing else. Um, of course, not that I will say, oh, because I don't have preferences, I will go and do graphic design and UI UX. And I'm talking about within our work. I try to be as versatile as possible. You understand? So even like now, for example, the fact that I'm more of a I prefer fantasy to sci-fi. It bothers me sometimes that I should pick up, you know, sci-fi related stuff. I should do sci-fi related stuff more. Understand? So, but it's a personal thing. It's not like just a personal thing that I prefer to be as versatile as possible. Rushes. One thing is, Since these brushes are smashing. So funny thing is the brushes, I've been using one, except for sketching, but for the painting process, I've been using one, and that one is, I just created it myself, you know, I think last week. So, but the smudge one, of course, I think it's something I bought from somewhere. But yeah, and the same way you are feeling these brushes, me too, I'm surprised that my very first one brush is the one I'm enjoying like this. Maybe it's just for this style because there's a particular style that, like now for the soccer piece, uh, it wasn't my brushes I used for those. For the avatar, the guy with the basketball soccer. But for this style, I'm feeling this tiny brush I made last week. Okay, it's time to go. What's time? Okay, 3 minutes to go. Dun, 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 dun. I won't sing on the stream. I will not sing on the stream. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I clicked. Yeah, so thank you for showing up, Omalora. Thank you for showing up, and every other person. I appreciate it. So tomorrow we'll do a real painting. We'll do a real painting. So, but yeah, I really appreciate the questions, Omalora, and every other person. So yeah, I appreciate. Oh yeah, Danny Lumen, you are here too. So yeah, thanks, bro. So yeah, tomorrow will be like portfolio type piece. So I'm going off camera. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great week. Have a productive week. We will talk tomorrow, 8 o'clock Nigerian time, GMT +1. Yeah, thanks. Okay.